Hey, welcome to Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, we're going to learn a lot about math and statistics. And probably one of the most common things I hear from students in this class is, I had no idea that appraisal involved so much math. And that's what appraisal is. We are solving algebra problems because we're trying to determine what a property is worth. Therefore, it's an unknown variable until we make other calculations to determine what the price is going to be. And to do that, we also have to know how to do square footage. We've got to learn area. And so there's quite a bit of math. So I thought, to make this a little easier, I would walk through the review questions at the end of Chapter 2 and work through those slowly with you. If you're struggling with the math, I hope that this helps. So let's do that. So in algebra, when we see the word is, such as right here, is in algebra is an equal sign. So if I have a property that's assessed value is 45,000 equals, okay, 36% of what? That's what I've got to solve for. I've got to solve for that x. Make this bigger for you. So in order to solve for x, I need to have my 45,000 and my 36% on the same side of the equal sign, leaving only the x on this side. So in order to do that, I simply divide both sides by 36%. Sorry for the squid. I'm writing on my Surface Pro. So that is simply going to be 45. Move this over so you can see what I'm doing here. 45,000 divided by 0.36, or I could do 36%. Either way, it's going to work. And I get 125,000. I could do it 45 divided by 36, and then hit my handy button there that turns it to a decimal for me. So this property value is 125,000. And I can do the reverse of that. Which is what we'll do in the get that off there, in the next question. So the next one says a property valued at 200,000 produces a net operating income of 24 per year. What percentage? So up here we were given the percentage, or we were given the amount that was assessed, and we had to determine from the percentage. Here we're going to do the opposite, where we know that we have a $200,000 home and it's producing $24,000 a year in income. So what is that percentage? So we're kind of doing the opposite here. And let me get rid of all this so we can start with this problem. So in this case, I'm going to say 24,000 is X percent of 200. So in this case, what are we going to do? We're going to divide both sides by 200,000. Go to my handy calculator and clear this. So I have 24,000 divided by 200 equals 0.12, and we know from percentages that I would take that 0.12 times 100 to get my percentage is 12%. And that's confusing writing it like that, isn't it? 12%. is the answer. Okay, so number 3 gets a little more detailed, a little more to doing this. So we need to find the total area of the figure. So let me copy this image and put it in Word so that I can draw on this. So what I need to do is I need to make this into a square. So if I said this is a dotted line, and I said from here to here is a dotted line, now I have a square here, right? This is a square. So to get the total square footage, I'm going to have to take these 3 areas, and we'll call that A, we'll call this B, and we'll call this C. So in order to do this, first I'm going to solve for A. So A is going to equal 25 foot times 15 feet. Go to my handy calculator, 25 times 15. So area A is 375 feet. So area B when I'm looking at, because remember in area we're doing height times width, okay? So in area B, my height I'll go green on this one, is going to be both of these put together times my width. So I'm going to have 25 feet plus 15 feet times 65 feet. So 25 and 15 is 40 times 65. Go to my calculator, clear this. So oh, that's 30. Why did I say 15? I was looking at the wrong place. Sorry about that, guys. It's 25 and 30. You're playing, well, what is she talking about? I even circled the 30. So that's 55 times 65. So that I have 3,575 square feet in area B. Oops. I have a meeting in 15 minutes. 3,575. Now, Sarah, area C is a triangle, right? Well, a triangle has a completely different formula than a square. A triangle is 1/2 base times height. So let's start with the base. Our base is 100 feet, right? But we've got to take out all of this. So we have 100 feet minus 65 and 15. 65 and 15 is 80. So my base is 20 feet. And then my height is going to be my 30 and my 25 again. So my height is going to be 55. 25 plus 30. So now I can say 1/2 of 20 feet times 55 feet. So let's clear this, and we'll say 20 times 55 equals divided by 2, because I want half of it. So the answer to C is 550 feet. So now what I've got to do is pick another color here. Let's go with this pink. I need to add 375. How did I get back on blue? I thought I picked pink, but that's okay. Plus 3575 plus the 550. So I've got 375 plus 3575 plus 550. So my total area is 4,500 square feet. And that would be the answer to number 3. That is 4,500 square feet. Question 4 says the house below would cost $2.75 per cubic foot to build. What would the total cost? What would be the total cost at this price? So sometimes an appraiser would have to calculate replacement cost, and so they need to know how am I going to get to that value. So we've got two things going on here, and I copied the picture into my Word document so I could draw on it. We have a square down here, right? Oh, that's a square. But our roof, see this, is a triangle. So we're going to have two formulas going on here. Get you a bigger font. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3 values for my square and multiply them. So I've got, excuse me, I have 14 feet times 20 feet times 35 feet. I have 9,800 cubic feet. Then, and we'll call this A and B like we did before, just to keep us organized. Then I've got my triangle. And for my triangle, it's going to be 1/2 of base times height, which is going to be my 35 and 20 and my 6. So I'm going to say 6 feet times 20 feet times 35 feet. And we get a calculator out and we say 6 times 20 times 35 is 4,200. But remember, we're taking half of that, so I'm going to divide that by 2, and we have 2,100 feet. Then, like before, we're going to add these two numbers. So our cubic feet will be 9,800 plus 2,100. So we've got 11,900 feet. And the question said that it's going to cost $2.75 per foot. So we're going to multiply that by $2.75. And it would cost $32,725 to rebuild this house. And that would be the answer to question 4. In question 5, they play with this a little bit because they give us feet and inches. So we've got to do a little bit of conversion there. And again, let me copy this picture. So they say 40 feet and 10 inches. So the way that I approach that is I say, well, there's 12 inches in a foot. So 10 inches divided by 12 inches says that this is 10 inches is 0.83 of a foot. So in this case, I would make this, let me write on here. So I would say that's going to be 40.83. And I would do the same for all of these. So I would say, well, that's easy. That's a half. So that's 80.5. And then 3 divided by 12 is a quarter. And then 8 divided by 12 is 67. So that's the tricky part of this. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward, like we did earlier. Just give you some font here. So what we're going to say is to find the area that we have two. We have an A and a B. So I'm going to say for A, 40.83 times 60.67. And then for B, I'm going to say 80.5 times 25.25 equals. So 40.83 60. And I'm going to round these. So I'm just going to call this 2477. And 80.5 times 25.25. And I'll round that. And then, oops, so that was 2000, let's call that 33. We'll round that one up. And then I add these two together. and my square footage is going to be 4510. Okay, this is question 6. We've got to find the area. And again, this is going to look similar to what we did earlier because we're going to make some squares. And we know that we're looking at living area. What is the living area? So we know we don't include the porch or the garage. So if I say this square is A, okay, then what happens is this area here is B. This area here is C. And then this leaves the square of D. Okay, so A equals, we've got 26 feet. And we know that's 24 across. And then there's this little 2 feet here, right? So really got to say 24 across minus that 2 feet that are hanging off there. So we've got 26 feet times, I could just do this, 24 minus 2 feet. So we've got 26 times 22 is 572. Let's double check my math there. So we've got 26 times 572. So area A is 572. Area B, which is this area right here, is going to be 36 across. All of that's, or actually not all of it. We've just got from here to here is 36 feet. Over here it's 21. So you're going to say, oops, sorry, what did I do? Undo that. Undo. Thank you. So B is going to be 36 feet minus 24 minus 2. Again, remember, we've got to take that little 2 inches off, or 2 feet. 24 minus 2. So we've got 36 minus 22 is 14. So we've got 14 feet. Show you what I'm doing here. So I know that this right here, this little area across, is 14 feet. And then I know that this area here is 5 feet. So really I've got 14 times 5 equals, I'm going to line these up so that when we add all of them in a minute, it'll make sense. Okay, so 14 times 5 is 70. C is going to be 21 feet and 5 feet. This one's going to be a little easier. Okay, so we've got 21 times 5, which is 105. And then D is going to be 59 feet across, because it tells us. Oops, why isn't it staying? Huh. Oh, it's not supposed to, I guess. Okay. So we've got 59 feet across, and then up and down here we have 45 feet, but that part right there is 5 foot. So I have to say 45 minus this 5 feet here that we already put in C, so that's really 40 feet. So I have 59 times 40 for D. And I realized just now I changed symbols with you. That means the same thing as X. So this is going to be 59 times 40 is 2,360. And if I add all of these numbers together, I get a total square footage of 3,107. So it's just, you got to take your time, and you're going to have to me, it helps use the different colors so I can see exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm not going to do 789. Okay, so for 10 and 12, use this following. 5 houses are sold at the following prices. The mean of the house sales price is. Well, the mean is the same thing as an average. So if there's 5 houses, my calculator so I can see them, I've got 100,000. And since they all end in the 000, I'm not even going to include that right now, just to make my math easier, or my characters less. I did that wrong, it's plus. Okay. So I got 100 plus 75 plus 175 plus 200 plus 150 is 700,000. Divided by 5 is 140, and I got to add my 3 zeros back in. The median of a house is where you take the middle. And so let's do that on here. Let's say we've got, and again, I'm going to just, what I need to do is put these in order first when I put them on here. So I'm going to go, the smallest is 75. Then I have 100. Then I have 150. Then I have 175. Then I have 200. And so to get to the median is you take off 1 on each end till you're left with the 1 in the middle. So the answer there is going to be 150. Okay. My mouse is stuck. A mouse must be getting to the end of its battery life. So we already did this one, the aggregate of the sales prices. We did that whenever we were doing the average. And what was that number? It was, well, it's not there, but it was 700,000. 700,000. Okay. Then we're going to do Again, that's a triangle. Looks like a triangle. So you're going to have to, let's see, kind of a triangle. I would say that's a triangle. So let's take a look at that one. So I copied the picture over here so I can write on it for you. So we've done this already. This is a triangle. We're going to treat that as a triangle. And if this is 800 and this is 1200, then this width over here is going to be 1200 minus 800. So it's going to be 400. And remember that a triangle that was probably left from the previous question. Oops, my goodness. I'm almost done with these. I'm just making all kinds of silly mistakes. And my mouse is just driving me crazy. Okay, so let me give you some size here. So I'm going to say 1/2 of base times height. So that's 1/2 of the base is 400 and the height is 600. So go to my calculator and say 600 times 400 divided by 2 is 120. And then we'll say 800 times 600. So if we look at, we can do like we've been doing and call these A and B. A and B. B is 600 times 800. $480, and then add our 120 in, and the answer is 600,000. Okay, and I believe that is the end of the review. Good luck. Let me know if you need any help with any of it.